Hey, this is Neil. I wanted to give a quick overview of a couple of things about the Asus Zenwatch that just came out basically today. Today is Friday, November 14th. I am in Oregon, so we're going to be talking about Pacific Standard Time. Everybody I know is already aware, if you're watching this video, Best Buy was supposed to release the watch on Sunday, November 9th. It never saw the light of day. And of course the staff was not helpful at all because they don't know what's going on. And then Monday the 10th, the watch did show up on the Best Buy store, not the Play Store yet, but the Best Buy store, listed incorrectly at $229.99, and it said coming soon. Then it went back off on Tuesday. It was gone, couldn't find it anywhere. Wednesday around noon Pacific time, it relaunched on bestbuy.com at $199.99 plus free shipping, but it was sold out instantly. So I just kept refreshing, and at 11:55 p.m. on Wednesday, I was able to purchase the watch. I paid $14.99 extra to have it delivered right away. So I received it at 11 a.m. today, Friday the 14th, and this is it. And the deal is, I have nothing more to say that reviews haven't already said. The build quality on the Asus Zenwatch is spectacular. I am personally going to get tired of this. It's very thick the way it overlaps itself, and it pulls my Italian hairy wrists. It pulls the hair. So I'll probably be swapping that out, which is a shame because I love the band itself, but there's so many nice leather bands out there that's not an issue. I wanted this watch in particular to go with my winter wardrobe with the browns and that sort of thing. And this one's more sporty, better for summer when I'm just wearing like shorts and Vans and a t-shirt. And before Labor Day because it's white. So there's that. Anyway, so that's the deal. They're both working fine. So since we all know that the Asus watch is a great device, I actually want to give a couple of kind of criticisms so people can make informed decisions when buying the watch. I've been using the LG G Watch since 24 hours after it was released, and I'm a big fan. I didn't think I would be. I figured I'd play with it and return it. I kept it. And I love it. So my Nexus 4, my G2, and my G3, which I've had the whole time I've owned this, I rarely take out of my pocket and use at all. This is extremely useful. It's very responsive and accurate for voice commanding. The battery lasts all day and then some. It's fantastic. So big fan of the LG. The build quality is excellent. They're the same, metal and glass. They're beautiful. The Asus comes off as nicer, but they're both about the same. I'll point out a couple things people may want to know that I found kind of interesting. The LG is very square, which I like. The display is LCD versus AMOLED. I'm an LCD fan. I've never liked AMOLED. I still don't like AMOLED, but I'm hoping for even better battery life because of AMOLED. So on the LG, it's going to be hard to see anything on the screen. I think the light is going to oversaturate. But whenever you do pull up a display on the LG versus the Asus, you get a lot more pixels packed in or something. There's just, I don't know why, but the LG has a much crisper, clearer display. It's also a larger display, so it definitely looks nicer on the LG, but that's fine. That's at least my opinion. It's also much more responsive. The LG responds to touch better, and it moves quicker when you put things off the screen or do whatever. It's extremely responsive. The Asus, which is perfectly fine. If I had to be nitpicky, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's very glitchy. Relatively speaking, it's not quite as snappy, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. The saturation is very vivid because it's AMOLED, but you can see all of the pixels without even getting very close at all. Very pixelated display, not very clear, and everything is much smaller than the equivalent screen on the LG. Everything's just smaller. That's fine. It's, again, just not a big deal. So for example, if we go into settings on both of these, and I'll show you. So I don't know. God, I wish this thing would not wash out like it is. Let me try to pull back some. Nope, it's not going to work. You're going to have to take my word for it. They're both on 3 brightness out of 5, by the way. But man, I wish you could see this. The size of the circles on the settings page that I'm on right now is significantly larger on the LG and crisper, and they're smaller and less crisp on the Asus. And there's a very strong yellow tone to the Asus, very, very yellow, and on the LG is very crisp and white, leaning towards blue. Definitely prefer the LG display, but they're both so nice. Something else to consider, the Asus bezel is it is huge. It's big on both phones, but this may bother some people. The bezel on the bottom is longer, is bigger than the bezel on the top by a considerable amount. The sides are equal to each other, and they're quite large, but that's fine. So the display itself is very small, set inside of a giant black bezel, but because of the curve of the screen, it does look so nice. It's very nice to slide your fingers on, even though it's not quite as responsive as I'd like. I'm being nitpicky. It's a really nice device. It really is. I do wish they had more watch faces. Again, you may not be able to see this on here very well. Oh, there, that works okay. But they have all the same old boring Android Wear ones that I never used to begin with, and only a few additional. This is kind of the cool one that you see all over the place, like on all the displays. I mean, all the demos that are going around there. That helps a little bit, and I like it, except for that it's got the missed calls, the battery life, and the steps with a little person walking constantly on there. Graphics, ugly, ugly, ugly. If that was just a big block with nothing but the numbers, man, I'd be in love. That's the watch face I would use. Until then, I'm just going with a simple black, something that looks nice and doesn't have. Most of these watch faces have the step counter and everything on them, and I don't care for that, so I'm going with this right now. Last but not least, if I had to be nitpicky, other than the discomfort of the band here, I would say there's something to worry about. I had worn this watch for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour at work as soon as I got it. And you won't be able to tell on here, I don't think, but because this sticks so far out and is facing downwards towards your desk or a counter, every time you set your wrist down, you're going to get that clank. You're going to be hitting it hard on the counter, and we have just cheap Formica counters at my work, and you're probably not able to see it, but I already have significant, very significant, it's ugly, scratching on this beautiful kind of brushed aluminum surface. Very, very scratched up already. I'm not freaking out about it though, because Asus was kind enough to include a very standard watch band. Oh, with a quick, easy release. I had not noticed that. Very, very standard, I think it's 22 millimeter, whatever, watch band. So you can put on whatever band you want, and it doesn't have to have this big old thick metal clasp that pulls the hair on your arms, if you have hairy arms like me, because I'm Italian. But the strap's attractive. I just don't like the buckle. So anyway, great build quality. Heart rate monitor works very well, accurately from what I can tell. The thing works great. One more thing to keep in mind, I expect this to be fixed with a software update soon. But Asus has their own app on the App Store for a few extra features. You do not, you don't need it for the remote camera shutter. That's already on Android Wear. I was already doing that with this one, so don't think you need it for that. Number two, most importantly, it doesn't work yet. So my watch is connected to my phone perfectly fine. Notifications, everything's perfect. There's no connectivity issues whatsoever. Yet the app will not recognize my watch. It keeps saying the watch is not connected and needs to be connected to the phone. So clearly there's a software issue there, and I have since updated the software on the watch. I received an update almost right out of the box. So I'm going to keep fiddling with it and try to get it to work. But a lot of reviews on the web's Play Store say that the Asus app is an extreme battery drainer. So I'm probably going to leave it off anyway. And something else to think about in the settings on this bad boy, which is a really good deal for $199, I gotta say, is that they've included all of these extra apps in here. Play Music is on there now. I'll tell you something about that in a minute. That might have always been there. But they've got, let's see, where's the camera shutter and all that stuff? Where did they include it all? Well, I'm using the mini launcher, so maybe that's where it was. Let's go to mini launcher real quick here. So we've got, of course, the mini launcher you can get on the App Store as well. And here we go. All of the apps are in here, and some really cool ones. Play Music has the real logo now. Here's the, you can't see it probably, but this is the remote shutter, so you can do that for the camera. It gives you a 3 count, and they also have their own remote camera here. You press that, it gives you a 3 count on your phone camera. A lot of other cool stuff, health, wellness stuff if you care about all that. Jazz, my Evernote is on here, works great. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, Keep, my Keep and Evernote are both on here. So forgot exactly what I was going to say, but I do want to say something about Android Wear that people may not realize yet. I've been waiting. I use Google Play Music All Access. I'm a paying member and I love it. And up until recently, all you could say, for those who don't know, all you could say to the watch was, okay, Google Play Music. And it would randomly shuffle music on amongst the stations that you have on your Google Play Music All Access. And recently, after a bunch of updates, I thought, you know what? I bet that they've added a feature I've been hoping they're going to add, and I tried it, and it works. So for those who don't know, you're going to love this. As long as you have Google Play Music installed on your devices, then all you have to do, on your phone that is, all you have to do is talk to the watch and say, play, and then anything you want to hear, any artist. I did it with, I think the first one I did was with My Bloody Valentine, or Jimmy Scott. I've done it with several now. Anyway, what it does is if you're looking at your phone, you can see what it's doing, but you don't need to get your phone out of your pocket. It actually listens, it finds the artist, and just shuffles, makes a shuffled station of nothing but that artist from their entire portfolio. So you never need to take your phone out of your pocket to listen to pretty much anything you want to. I haven't tried it yet with album titles or anything like that, but that may work as well. Anyway, kind of all over the place. I'm not a tech reviewer at all, so obviously. So I hope you don't mind. And yes, that's my Yorkie in the background. Hope you don't mind the lo-fi quality. I just want people to see how nice this watch is. Again, the LG has it for me in terms of display and responsiveness, but the Asus is very, very nice. It's very attractive. It's extremely attractive. It's a bit heavy, but that kind of makes it feel quality. And it is quality. The charging dock is not a problem at all. It's pretty much exactly like the LG one, except it snaps in place rather than magnetically sit on it. They're pretty much identical otherwise. One negative about the LG, if people are considering buying it, I've had it from the first day it was released, and just be aware that these pins on the back have already worn out. I've never showered with it. I've never abused it. I've never done anything negative to the device. But the pins, I don't know if you can tell or not, but one of them in particular seems to have a wear spot. It's the second one from the top. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not. But it does not, even though it magnetically nestles in perfectly into the charging dock, it often just loses connection, and in the middle of the night I'll hear it randomly reconnecting and vibrating and disconnecting. So that's starting to become a problem. Something I think about since it's only a few months old. And hey, my Audio-Technica turntable is going to be here tomorrow. Awesome. So great, that's the deal. Hope you enjoyed this little amateur video. And if you buy the Asus watch, it is worth $200. Enjoy it. And that's it. Thanks a lot.